All right, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you to New Moon Manifesting. And tonight, the sun and moon are going to connect at 9 p.m. on the West Coast, midnight on the East Coast. And it's an opportunity for us to review and revisit what's taking place in our life so that we can not only review what we've mastered, but taking ourselves to the next level. Yes, we will end by 6 p.m. I will take questions after we go through the the manifesting exercise, so that if you do have questions, everybody's getting all the content and maximizing all of this. If I haven't mentioned that, my name is Jana Grosskost. I am a metaphysical teacher and healer, as well as a business coach. And I love empowering women, especially financially, because we've been suppressed for way too long, and it's time for us to step into our power. And that's what this new moon is all about. In fact, let me pull up, share my screen here. And we'll get into this. Oh, hold on. I shared the wrong part. Let's try this one more time. Share, advanced, portion, yes. And let me move this out of the way. And drag this down. All right, Capricorn New Moon, Sun and Moon connecting tonight at midnight on the East Coast. What that means is with the Sun and Moon coming together, they give each other energy and they give each other an opportunity to have their energies in the same degree. And once they do this, this is a perfect time of setting your new moon intentions and that opportunity to connect with what it is that you really want to master. And that's what this Capricorn energy is teaching us. In fact, the Sun, Moon, and Pluto are hanging out together. It's called a conjunction. And Pluto is all of these are the same degree as they were last year on January 10th, when Pluto and Saturn were conjunct, this big astrology conjunction we've been talking about forever. And so as we're looking at this year, this is an opportunity for you to go back and review what you've mastered in the past year, because we were in this sort of void place where certain elements of our life were stripped away. And as such, it forced us to go within and to master certain elements of ourselves, as well as looking to see what was most important and what our truth is around that. Because when we can identify that truth, it supports us in moving forward. So as you're reflecting over the next day or two about this new moon, make sure that you're reflecting on this past year. And, even looking back a year ago and say, wow, I used to respond like this, or this was taking place in my life and that's no longer in my life. And those will be key elements for you to understand what you've mastered and what you're going to continue to master moving forward throughout this year. Now, the Capricorn energy is about being grounded and manifesting in physical form. Capricorn is an earth sign. And by the way, happy birthday to all my Capricorn friends, as well as anyone who has a Capricorn rising and moon, because anytime we have a new moon, it influences those elements, those key elements of your chart. So just keep that in mind as we're moving forward. And we all have all of the planets in our charts. And so it's important for you to know where this is taking place so you can actually fine tune your unique goals specific to which house it's falling in. And you'll learn a little bit more about that in just a minute. So in this grounding energy, Capricorn is about making steady progress. This is about climbing that mountain, and you take a step after another step and keep pushing yourself until you get to the top of the mountain. And that's what Capricorn is all about. It's the discipline, it's the practical action, it's the task and results oriented. So it wants to have the structures in place that support you in really taking your goals to the next level. It's very ambitious. And so you may set very ambitious intentions for this new year and recognize that it does take persistence for you to actually get there. So this is an opportunity, because it is the last Earth sign of the astrology calendar. This is an opportunity for you to really tune into your goals and intentions and align with what your higher self, your soul self wants, so that you're really guiding yourself into that higher realm. So I'm calling this one Mastery. And this is, like I mentioned, an opportunity to review your personal growth. Because Pluto is playing in this, this is an opportunity for you to see any places that there are power struggles. And that's actually a big theme of this new moon as well. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. So as far as power, this is an opportunity for you to call your power back in. It's about setting healthy boundaries, make sure you're maintaining those boundaries, and helping you break through any of those places where you feel fearful in standing in your full power. This new moon is about looking at what's permanently transformed, because Saturn and Pluto are all about, they're big outer planets, and they are supporting us in those bigger transformations that take a long time for us to work through. So with the Capricorn new moon, we have the sun, moon, and Pluto all conjunct with each other. We also have Venus that has recently moved in there. And these are going to support us again in honoring our power, restructuring our systems, making sure that we're honoring our true selves and our particular truth. So once you pull your astrology chart, there are some interesting things that are taking place. First of all, as I mentioned, Sun, Moon, and Pluto are all in Capricorn, and Capricorn is this little, circle with a hat over it kind of symbol. For this person, it's taking place in their second house, which relates to how they value themselves, how they value money. It's about their senses and being aligned with their senses and tuned into what their senses are telling them. It's literally what I'm hearing is their spidey senses are heightened with this new moon. Now, I drew some interesting lines because all of the planets are at a square position. And anytime the planets are at a square with another planet, and that basically means they're just at a 90-degree angle with each other. What this basically means is there's some sort of opposition. There's some sort of test that we may be going through. There may be some sort of power struggle that we're experiencing as a result of this. So what's taking place? We've got the sun, moon, and Pluto, and they're with this line right here. And they're not an exact square to Uranus and Mars, but who is Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury in Aquarius. So what this is telling us is we're moving into this Aquarius energy, and we're going to restructure ourselves based on what our bigger goals and pictures are as far as our life lessons, what we're here to share with humanity. It's about collaborating with like-minded people and working with groups to get things done. The challenge is Mercury wants to take action. It's that fiery energy that really pushes us. And we also have Uranus, which also wants us to be in that higher realm, but it causes rebellion. And it's about innovation and really looking at the ultimate opportunity that we could create. So this clash is really pushing us from this place of, where has my voice been suppressed? Where have I been held back? And what action can I take? And we're seeing this on a macro level in government and what's taking place, especially last week with the Capitol. And that's going to continue to take place. There's going to be these ongoing clashes throughout January. By February, things start to break up a little bit. And then by March, we should be in a little calmer position. But just recognize that this too shall pass. So any personal struggles, any power issues that you're facing personally, that these too shall pass. Now, we also have at a square, so this line going straight across is the north and south node, and these are at a square position with Neptune. And Neptune is pulling out all the junk that's at the bottom of the sea. It's literally churning through all of that muck that we've been mired in. And it's helping us clear any karmic connections. So that would be the South Node, as well as giving us a glimpse of where we're moving in the future. So hold on to your hats, your bootstraps, whatever you need to hold on to, just to recognize that things may be a little bit rocky for the next couple of months. And it's an opportunity for us to make sure that we're tuning into our personal energy, making sure that we're aligned with and grounding ourselves with whatever tools support you, such as meditation and yoga and breath work and exercise and essential oils and anything else that helps you feel that grounded, connected place. And as you're doing that, that will help you in not getting pulled into the drama and the trauma that's taking place around us. And the more we can do that, that actually supports us in not only raising our own vibration, but supports us in helping other people, helps us our community, helps with our family. It helps in just maintaining that higher vibe and connecting with other groups of people that are in that higher place and supporting humanity in lifting up, because we are breaking through this old paradigm that's been holding us back. But to do that, we need to continue to break through these old systems so that we are stepping into our highest and best opportunity of ourselves. So pull your chart, find where Capricorn is hitting for you. As I mentioned, it's taking place. These little numbers in the center are the houses. And you'll want to look on this chart to see what this is influencing for you, because this is the best way for you to set your intentions that are aligned with the energy that we're moving through. So with this person, the second house, strengthening their self-worth, know that what their value is, making sure that they're honoring their resources and even acknowledging them. You know, your resources can be your friends, it can be a line of credit, it can be your bank account, there can be many different types of resources. So just recognizing what those are so that you can be aligned with those as you're setting your goals and intentions. So as far as self-care, gratitude, always my number one thing. The vibration of gratitude is incredibly high, and it supports us in seeing the abundance that already exists in our life, as well as bringing more abundance into our life. So the more we can be in that place of, you know, even being grateful for our challenges, that supports us in recognizing that we're going to heal and grow as a result of this challenge, and it's supporting us on some level. It's also about your personal power and making sure you're calling that power back through setting and maintaining healthy boundaries and making sure that you are honoring those boundaries and saying no when you mean no. And then finally, because this is an earth sign, but it's the most spiritual of the earth signs. So make sure that you're connecting with your soul's desires, your higher self, and that you're following your inner guidance. All right, so exciting news. We did our 12th anniversary giveaway, and I did a random draw, and our winner is Lindsay, AKA Eva. So I don't know if you're on here, my dear, but you will be receiving the $1,200 prize package that we gave away. That included a bunch of essential oils in a little clutch, a manifesting kit, a gold-plated new moon crescent necklace, as well as a personal coaching session to support you either personally or with your business. I want to give a shout out to everyone who contributed. We did an amazing job in raising just over $1,200 with this fundraiser that we did. It was our 12th anniversary. And so I found that very symbolic. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who donated. It was an amazing opportunity for us to give back. So as far as ongoing support, some of my favorite essential oils, frankincense and sandalwood, I know I brought those up last month, but frankincense supports you in standing in your truth. It helps you in recognizing places that you're potentially deceiving yourself, and it helps you dispel any of those illusions, which clary sage does also. And one thing I love about clary sage, so where frankincense is more grounding and it brings in the masculine energy, it also supports us in healing any issues we have with authority figures. So again, it's that Capricorn energy of breaking through any places where we felt suppressed by authority figures or systems that are literally breaking apart at this point. Then clary sage, to me, is a more feminine energy, and it brings in that opportunity to connect with our higher self, connect with our goals and desires on that heart-centered level, and to really see the bigger picture of where we want to move to. And then sandalwood, to me, even though it's a wood oil, it falls both between the masculine and the feminine. It's one of my favorite go-to essential oils, and I absolutely love it for that spiritual connection and helping us in reaching the highest version of ourselves. So we are going to go through some exercises to help you set your intentions. All right. Oh, Eva is here. Hi, Love Bug. Congratulations. So exciting. So if you wouldn't mind, everybody please drop in the chat something that you're excited about for this new moon, or something that you learned about this energy or yourself. I just want to kind of see what's taking place for you. And then we're going to go into a little activity to help you set your intentions. And I'm going to let the dog out of my room because he's like bugging me. Come here. Come here. Come. No, 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 no. He's constantly licking me. All right. Yes. Digging in deeper to releasing around fears, around stepping into leadership. I love that. I love that. Ooh, this is falling in your 7th house. Okay, so about partnership and relationships and how you relate to other people, as well as creating equality and balance and all those good things. It's in your 4th house. This is relating to, decluttering, shopping for furniture. You're doing everything you need to be doing. Loving it. Oh, I love that, Sharon. You're starting an assistant project, strengthening relationships with yourself. So important, right? Like all relationships stem from our relationship that we have with ourselves. So I love that you're focusing on that. Oh, I love that, Phyllis, that you said no to a potential client, right? Because we don't have to take everyone that walks into our space. We can say no to people. I've done that before where I've fired clients and just really wanted to be with ones that were of a higher mind. Let go of responsibilities that may not be yours. Yes, that's a big one. I actually worked on that for the last month. I love that. Finding your place in the world to live. Ooh, I love that. At least part-time. Yes. Oh, I love that, Elena. You've been craving sandalwood too. I know, it's my go-to. I've been using it in the bath. With that and patchouli, those two I'm really attracted to right now. They're both very, grounding and woodsy type feeling, type energy to them. And I'm with you, Ani. I'm, figuring out, even when we did, yesterday we had the most amazing 3-hour vision board strategic plan. I walked away, my head was spinning, but I was so energized as a result of it because everybody that was in the class literally figured out this 3-year plan and had all of the action steps, or they're working on the action steps to actually make it happen. And it was absolutely incredible. But in doing that, I recognized that I want to live in Tahoe for the summer. So for, 4 to 5 months, and live in Santa Barbara for 4 to 5 months, and then travel for the other 2 months. So I'm like you, Ani, I love that, figuring out where, kind of home base is, and then branch out from there. I know, Ava, I agree. It's the first time I've planned. I actually have a 10-year plan, which is even crazier because I have never done a 10-year plan before, so it's insane. Yes. Okay, so what we're going to do, I know we used to do meditation, but we're going to shift things up a little bit because my intent is really to help you in manifesting more. And I'm going to be starting a new circle on January 21st. I haven't got all the details on a webpage yet because there's only so much time in the day. But basically, you come in with whatever you want to manifest, or it can be something, limiting beliefs that you're releasing. There can be physical things that you're working on. And we actually go through this process. It's called the peace process, to get whatever you feel to a place of peace. Because essentially what happens is we fear our feelings. And when we fear them, we close off, right? We shorten our breath, we contract in some capacity in our life. And what ends up happening is we literally don't give voice to what we're feeling. So how that works with manifesting is, I want you to pick one of the goals that you're wanting to manifest, either for this new moon, it could be for the new year, whatever it is. I just want you to pick one of those goals. And you can go ahead and close your eyes. And I just want you to tune into your body. When you think about that particular goal, I want you to tune into your body and where you feel that. Sometimes it takes a minute or two to really feel into your body and notice what's taking place for you. And you may be excited about this goal and everything may be, you may be super charged up for it. Even when I feel very excited about a goal, sometimes there's that element of angst, or what does that really look like or feel like to me? Or if you still feel okay and you're ready to run with it, then the next thing would be to tune into the actual steps you would have to take to make that goal a reality. So as you're tuning into it, I just want you to take one of your fingers and hold it on the most intense point within your body where you feel that. And the whole point of this is to get you out of the head and into your body. So be very present with what you feel in the body. There's no judgment, nothing to figure out. No need to move the energy in some capacity. I know as a healer, I often want to do that. I want to accelerate the process and move it. But we wanted to let it have a voice. We want to allow ourselves to feel what that is and just tune in. Just be present with your body. And if this moves in your body, I want you to move your finger to the most intense of the most intense points and just hold it right there, because that helps you be present with what you feel. And if you're not sure, if you're really not tuned into your body, I want you to imagine, where could it possibly be in your body? And just tune into that. Just be present, just observe what's taking place. And if you had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very intense and uncomfortable, 1 being there's not much there, I've resolved whatever fears or doubts or limiting beliefs I had around this particular goal, just to tune in right now what number that would be on a scale of 1 to 10. And if you feel inspired, you can drop a number into the chat. Just be present. Okay, we've got some 4s, some 5s, some 3s. Good. Just be present with what you feel right now. What I'm going to be doing is sending some high frequency energy, literally unconditional love. All right, Cheryl's at a 7, so you're a little more intense, girl. But I'm going to send this high frequency energy to you to support where you're at in this moment. Because it's great that we set these goals, but if we have fear or doubt, if we have limiting beliefs that are going to stop this, then we feel that manifesting doesn't work for us. And it's not true. It's just you have this layer that is literally standing between you and something that you want. So we want to clear that limiting belief, that fear, that energy, and just give it that opportunity to be resolved. Again, if it's moving, move your finger to the most intense of the most intense points. And just be very present with your body. Tuning in to what you feel. And sometimes there are different layers. As we remove one layer of perhaps guilt or shame, it moves to another point in our body. And that may relate to something entirely different. And that's okay. We want to remove all of those layers and get you to a place where you're actually in a position where you can receive. You're doing great. You're staying present. And notice if anything has changed. It could be the intensity. It could be the overall feeling. Sometimes it feels very like compacted and constricted. And then all of a sudden there's a softening, even though it may be in the same place, it's like there's a softening to the edges or more of a squishiness. Oh, good. Kimberly's feeling lighter. Ani's at a 3. Yeah, drop in another number if things have changed for you. Let me know where you're at. I'm literally sending you instant miracles to clear whatever this is. Ooh, I love that, Brenda. She's at a 1 and she's calmer. Love it. So now that you're in that calmer position, Brenda, maybe tune into the action steps that you need to take to make this goal a reality and see where you sit with that. Because sometimes even those action steps create angst and, you know, kind of pull us back in. And even ask yourself, right? Like tune into yourself and, ooh, great, Cheryl, you're down to a 4. I love that. From a 7 to a 4. Love it. But as you're tuning in, even ask yourself, you know, state your goal again, or state whatever you're working on, right? State it in the present moment and see if it brings up the same energy or if the energy has shifted. Because sometimes we think, oh, okay, I'm breaking out of this, everything's clearing up. And then we state it again and all of a sudden it's like, anxiety again or stress again. Oh, I love that, Sharon. Sharon's down to a 1. So yeah, just tune into action steps would be your next thing. If you tune into the first action step you need to take to make this goal a reality, what does that feel like in your body? You guys are doing great. Just keeping yourself in that centered place, focused on the most intense of the most intense parts, and literally honoring what you feel, right? You're giving your body permission to feel. It's not something we've been taught. At least most of us have not. So this is an opportunity for you to feel your feelings and no longer get into that place of fear. Action steps are intense. I love that. Yeah, so she's at a 7 with an action step. But that's good because at least you're tuning into, right? Because if you have those fears and if it's a lot of anxiety around taking an action step, then what are the chances you will take an action step and actually get to a place of succeeding with your goal, right? So not only are we having that strategic plan with the action steps to get us, but we want to make sure that we're at peace with those action steps so that we're allowing ourselves to step into our magnificence. Yeah, drop in the box, a chat, anything that you're noticing right now, even if the energy is changing, what that's feeling like for you. I can feel a lot of energy moving. When I'm taking these deep breaths, it's literally clearing energy that you guys are holding right now. So just be aware that there's a lot of clearing that's taking place with this process. I see some hands moving to different places. I love it. Just keep tracking what you feel in your body. And this process even works with physical issues that we're going through. If we have physical discomfort, we can tune into where we're feeling it and what the intensity is. And I bring that up because you see what a simple process this is to get to a place of peace with your fears and doubts. It's something that you can use when find yourself procrastinating, right? That's self-sabotage, or simply just self-sabotage. If you're doing the wrong activities instead of the ones you should be doing, this is an opportunity to tune into your body and say, okay, why am I doing this? Why am I sabotaging myself? Oh, I love that, Cheryl. She's at a 2. She's at a place of releasing and trusting. Okay, Brenda says action steps went back to the solar plexus, a 2 to 3. Yeah, and each time we take an action step and we have success and we're ready to take the next one, then this is a great exercise to tune into and really make sure that, you're ready for that next step. And again, tune into your goal again, maybe state that again, or the action step, and see if it intensifies. Because in our mind, sometimes we're like, just dissipate, just go away, right? And we try to force it. But then when we tune in again and state it again, it can resurge and energize itself again. All right, intense stiffness in your jaw. Realize that bad things happened. When I open my mouth to speak out, ooh, yeah, that's important. Yeah, muscles are relaxing. It's a really, women hold so much tension in not only the jaw, but the throat, right? Because our voices have been suppressed for thousands of years. And this is a time where we are shifting that dynamic and bringing ourselves to a place where our voices are going to be heard and we are going to be acknowledged for whatever we're bringing to the table. So even just recognizing that you're holding that tension there will help you be more aware. Say you're in a conversation and you notice that tension, you can actually just take a breath or even that awareness of that tension, and you can consciously soften it so that you're standing and speaking from your solar plexus and that true space of power. What if we're not sure about the next step? That's okay, right? Like, this is an opportunity to start thinking about, what are the action steps that I need to take to make this happen, right? And sometimes we may not know I know I set big goals and I don't always know how they're going to happen. And so it may be an opportunity for you to let go and allow yourself to be present in the moment so that you're aware of what the next step is. And then as that is revealed to you, then you can tune back in and make sure that you're doing this process so that, you know, you can get to a place of peace as you're stepping into that. Oh, I love that, Susan. Tension in the jaw is anger. Yeah, definitely, right? Like that inability to speak, or if I say something I shouldn't, then I'm going to get in trouble, or, you know, all the programming that we've been raised with that it's time to let go of. Yeah, I feel the energy still moving. I can just feel it like bubbling up and it comes to my chest, and then I just take this big breath. So continue to allow yourself to release. You may be even taking deep breaths, or I've seen yawning. Sometimes I'll yawn as I'm working through this with somebody, or I've actually had things bubble up from such a deep level that I literally had to belch. So just allow the energy to be what it is, allow the energy to move through your body, and just be present with what's taking place. Yes, breath work is so powerful. So drop a number in the chat. Let me know what's taking place with your body right now. I'd love to hear what you're tuning into. Oh, I love that, Jessica. Down to a 2. Cheryl's down. Wow. Cheryl went from a 7 to a 1. Wow. Would you be willing to share what's taking place with you, Cheryl?
It's the breath work and releasing and trusting that I've done all these affirmations that I've been practicing for the last several weeks, and shifting my mind back to the reality that I have already brought the reality of those affirmations into my body, and that I am going to manifest what I believe I'm going to manifest.
Oh, I love that.
And stop worrying about it.
You know, that's what I really noticed this whole year was I was always in this place of being and doing, and I had to literally let go. And that's when the magic really started happening. So I love that you're doing that too.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Sierra went from a 6 to a 2. Would you like to share, my dear?
Sure. I, not just in a cheesy way with other New Year's resolutions, but really made a decision to try to actively lose some weight that I know is attached to emotional baggage. And so as we were doing this, was really focusing on releasing childhood programming and messaging around weight and body. And then also just self-defeating thoughts that I know I've been holding on to for way too long. So this was a very powerful experience for me. And I felt it a lot in my lower back. That's where a lot of that energy was focused. And as we were doing this exercise, I really could feel that lifting.
Oh, that's fabulous. Wow, that's impressive. That's, yeah, it's not always easy to kind of address those emotional issues that are causing the physical manifestations that we don't want. So I love that you were able to tune into that and really identify what that meant for you. Wow, thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you again for leading this exercise. It's very powerful.
Yeah, you can see in just a few minutes, and I've done, you know, in classes, I've done various other types of energy work and tapping and, I mean, just like countless different things that I've done. And when I was recently certified with this program, I was like, oh my gosh, this is an answer to a prayer, because my prayer has been, I need to help people heal faster, right? It can't take 5, 10, 20 years to have people recount everything. It's like, let's just feel it and let it go. And this system just made a world of difference to me. So I wanted to bring it to this, as well as creating an ongoing monthly circle, not only for manifesting, but if you, like I've been working with cancer patients and people that have had chronic pain and people that have had chronic dizziness and broken bones and torn ligaments and COVID and all kinds of things. And, you know, it makes a difference to get the energy in the right place so that we're not in that fearful place and forcing things. I love that book title. I love it. Thank you. Anyone else want to share what took place for them during this activity?
I want to share one more thing. The other thing is I have to remind myself that I am not doing all this work by myself, that I do have a spiritual team that is working with me, and that once I have, you know, put out there what I want to see manifest on this plane, to let it go. That's the challenge, to really let it go.
Yeah, you're right. It is a challenge. Definitely. Oh, I love that, Anna. Moving from my solar plexus to my temples, to my eyes, then to my jaw. Yeah, it's amazing because that energy, there's so many different layers to what we feel. And sometimes, I mean, I've seen people where it's like their lower body 1 second and the top of their head the next and the face the next. And it's like they're moving to the various body parts. And as such, you know, it's symbolic of the energy moving in the different layers. The program that I took is called Instant Miracle Mastery, and it is through Christian Michelson. It was very amazing. It was a 42-hour course in 4 days. And I'm actually taking the second one in April. And I've actually been using some of the techniques to, you know, support other people that need help and healing. Phyllis, like your husband last night. So I was using it for him last night. All right, Ani, I see your hand is raised, love bug. Thank you.
Hi. So I realize that I can think a lot. Okay, identify my goal, and then I do some research. And then I've noticed if I go out and be around people and just start interacting, I get so much information and direction. Oh, and it's like, I don't have to know it all. I just have to know what I want. And then people pick up on it and boom.
And start sharing. And to me, that validates what you're projecting, right? Like it's validating, oh, I was just thinking about this particular place and now somebody else mentioned it. And so then you're able to take that next step. And I do that when I manifest anyway, where, you know, when I moved here, I thought I was supposed to live in the city itself and I couldn't find any housing. So the next thing was, well, I looked at a house about 5 miles out of town that had an ocean view. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. But that one fell through. And I was like, okay, well, if not that, then where? And it took me even, you know, maybe 3 or 4 minutes further south of the city and found this amazing house that overlooks the ocean. So I just kept following the breadcrumbs is what I call it. And it really support me in, you know, you get information from other people. It's not just going through you, but it's coming to you from other people.
Right, and not just through Google.
Oh, yeah, because Google will give
hug me down forever.
About, right?
It's a rabbit hole after rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. Jessica.
So as we were doing this, I was having a thought, because that's how my mind goes. And I was wondering if part of the reason this is so effective is because we spend so much time ignoring our pain and closed off. And as soon as we go to that spot, it says, oh, I can relax, I've been seen, or, you know, some version of that. because even just putting your finger on that spot, it was like instantly there was a sense of release, not completely, but you could feel it got softer. And so I just wonder if we've built so many barriers to protect ourselves that we're actually protecting ourselves against ourselves.
You're exactly right. And we do that, right? Like, it's like, oh, I don't want to feel that. And I know you're a Capricorn too, and I am as well. So it's like, it's like, I want to figure this out. I want to know how it works. I want to, what are all the steps that I need to take? And yet, if I don't tune into the emotional element, then I'm going to be missing things. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up, because it is a very important point to recognize that, we've discounted emotions forever, right? That's what we're taught. We're taught to be in that logical left brain capacity, and it has its function, but we also need to marry it with this, the spiritual side of, well, how does that really feel to me? Because we can do stuff that doesn't feel good to us, but we do it just because we think it's the right thing, and then it turns out disastrous, mm-hmm. right? But if we could tune into how we felt, wow, we would really be manifesting on a completely different level. And that's where I want people to manifest. And we're moving into this place of manifesting out of thin air. Okay, yeah, there's another book title.
Yeah.
Manifesting out of thin air, because we're in this Aquarius energy. And once Pluto moves in there in 2024, all of the, we'll have this major transformation taking place in Aquarius. And so I'm looking at this year, once we get through this Capricorn energy, I feel like we're going to feel a lightening of things, because the air energy is a lot, it is an air energy. So it's all about thoughts, and it's about those types of elements that are lighter versus Capricorn being dense, heavy, connected to the earth, drudgery, structure, systems, all the stuff that can weigh us down. So this year, I see that opportunity for us to really manifest out of thin air. Yes, thank you for sharing that. This is so magical. So disappointed I missed the start, trying to catch where I can. I love it. I love it. Yes, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm going to start this. It'll probably be the third Wednesday of each month at 5 p.m. on wherever I am, the East Coast, West Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. And I anticipate, if we have enough people, we'll do it for 90 minutes. But I want to, obviously get a sample of it with doing New Moon manifesting. But there's something about being in group. Mm-hmm. And I can teach you the peace process. I can't bestow upon you the certain gifts that I received as far as instant miracle and the high frequency energy, because those were bestowed on to me as a result of the course that I took. So again, if you have interest in Christian Michelson's program, it's called Instant Miracle Mastery. I don't know when they're going to teach it again. It may be next fall. So keep that in mind. Anyone else that would like to share? Yes, we do keep our fears in the dark and don't acknowledge them. And as such, we can't heal them. Exactly.
I've got a question, Yana. It's Jane.
Hello.
Hi, I'm trying to get organized here. I'm trying to send you a chat, but I can't send it. Not very technical. Okay, upper body great. Energy. I've got this energy stuck in my left foot. Foot pain. Is this indicative of stepping into the future? How the heck do I heal this?
Yes. Is it the right foot?
No, it's the left.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the left side has to do with your feminine energy.
Okay.
And, really it literally, what I'm hearing is stepping in and owning your, what you're working on or what you're stepping into.
Okay.
And there may be those elements of fear of, how is this going to be received? Really going to work? All of those doubts that come in. So definitely continue the process. And even if you did not get to 0 or a 1 during this activity, continue to bring your awareness to that space in your body. Sometimes you need, some time to allow things to process. And obviously we just did this for a few minutes. Also make sure you're drinking a lot of water, because that will flush the toxins. As we, are releasing various things, there are toxins associated with it. So you want to make sure that you're flushing the system and moving all of that water out of your body.
Okay.
So I want to jump in here to Jane. This is also how marches start. I was in the military, left, right, left, right, left, right. So, my quick take on it was it's saying, don't be afraid to step off and go, march to that future.
Yeah. Because I've had rapid change, all good. It's all good.
Yeah. But keep in mind, when you march, there's a cadence.
That's right.
So don't get ahead of yourself. There's a cadence
finding my
to it.
step. Jessica,
your cadence. I love that.
I'm finding my step. I'm finding my stride.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And the cadence is so important, because think about cadence. That's the rhythm. So you can do, and in the military, there were times when you can do a regular cadence, left, right, left, right, left, right, or you can do the quick step, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, which is almost a jog, not quite. And so you want to find the one that's like the perfect rhythm for you. And it depends on us. I mean, it depends on who we are. Some of us are going to be fire, and we're going to be like, yeah, I'm going, Yeah. And Capricorns, we're a little more like, we're going to get there step by step. We'll just slow it down a little.
Right. I'm an Aquarius, so it's a big time. Yeah. That's cool. I thought, okay, that makes total sense.
I love that. I literally got chills when you brought that up, Jessica. So thank you for coming in.
Yeah, you guys are perfect for my reading, because all this stuff shows up, and it's just like, well, here it is, sitting right here.
I know. Yeah, it's very magical.
Thank you. But I wish you were in charge. The world would be a better place.
Oh,
got it. Trust me. I'm pushing her to be the next something very strategic and high profile.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Jessica for president.
No. It's much more effective for people like me to be the thorn in the flesh that pushes presidents forward to do what they should be doing.
There you go.
I know my place. My place is the outsider with the pinprick,
And it is going to be the grassroots efforts that are going to make these transitions. And that's a big piece of Aquarius too, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be the groups that, support our highest evolution, that are going to make the transformation and crumble this system that's been in place forever. So we just have to keep that in mind, that we are definitely moving forward.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Finding my stride. Okay. I'll let you know next time. My foot's better.
Foot into a warm bath of Epsom salts to release anything that is being held into that foot. Yeah. I love that.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yes. Anyone else want to share, or any questions coming up? I know we've gone through a lot of stuff.
I have something else I want to say. I was on a phone call with a friend of mine the other day, and I'm African American, and where we are in this country is where we are. And she was having some trouble dealing with some feelings. And I said, as African Americans, we've been carrying the weight of our ancestors from the time we were brought to this soil. And it's really important for us to feel what we're feeling and release it. But you can't release it unless you allow yourself to feel it and release it. And there is a lot of heavy energy right now, but the only way that we can really dissipate it is to allow ourselves to feel all the feels, feel the emotions. That means you have to break down and cry an ocean, do that. But that's the only way you can release it, is to feel it and let it pass.
That makes a lot of sense too. Good advice. Thank you.
Yeah, the holding on to the feelings of our ancestors affects our DNA. And for us to truly, I've been doing DNA work for over 20 years, and for us to truly evolve and step forward, what I call is that this is an involution, where we're allowing more light to emit from inside of our DNA. But to do that, we have to heal those emotional wounds that have held us back. So it's definitely a huge part of the work that we're doing. And for us to truly step forward, we do have to clean up the past. So whatever that looks like, we do have to clean that up.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions, comments?
Kristen's got her hand up.
Kristen Lovebug, you're up. Buttercup.
Hi there.
Hi.
I have a question, or just curious what insights you would give me to say that's in my 7th house.
This new moon's in your 7th house?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to relate to creating balance, which is funny because of last night. I'm sorry, I can't make this stuff up.
I know.
Oh my God. Yeah, balance, equality, justice, relationships, making sure those are balanced, even relationship with yourself, making sure that is balanced. Yeah, so seriously, you can't make this stuff.
Anything specific to this, like when you look at the year like reflect on the year and everything, that's happened, that you look what you've gone through, and now to say we're at this point and it's in the 7th house.
So I'd look back a year ago and see what was taking place or what's taken place since, January of last year. And has your life become more balanced? Have you shifted relationship with yourself and other people? What are you still healing related to relationships? That would be, thanks, Jessica. Good to see you.
Bye, guys.
I know. It would be a good opportunity for you to tune in what you've mastered. That could be mastery of self, mastering yourself in relationships, where in the past, maybe you haven't set as healthy of boundaries and now you are. Bringing in more equality, justice for yourself.
Okay.
Just honoring all of those.
Good. Thank you.
Absolutely. Capricorn in my 3rd house, where I have natal Venus, which is close to return. Do you have some insight, please? So Capricorn in 3rd house, it's about mastering, and especially with this one being about power, it's about feeling empowered with how you communicate and express yourself. You could do that with writing, with speaking, whatever helps you feel that connection with other people, so that, you're honoring your ability to speak up, speak your truth, especially in Capricorn, because Capricorn is about, dispelling the illusions that we even tell ourselves, the lies that we tell ourselves, and making sure that we are honoring our truth in that process. So it's you say it's in your 6th and 7th. Since this is happening at latter degrees of Capricorn, it's probably going to be in your 7th house. So just like I was talking about with Kristen about relationships, how you relate to yourself, the equalities, the injustices that you're noticing in your life, or what you have resolved, power struggles in your life, and how you need to either resolve those or acknowledge what's, transpiring with all of that. Definitely. Okay, good. Other questions?
Jana, those power struggles could be with yourself.
Oh, of course. Okay. Right? Because Capricorn is about self-mastery. So, we even have, I noticed that was something that I was going through the other day, where it's like, why am I fighting myself on this? Right? It's like, this is ridiculous. I have no idea where this came from, but I just need to drop it. It's ridiculous that I'm even, struggling with myself over that. But we fall into those patterns, and it just becomes normal and natural. And it's normal for us, even in starting new projects and doing new things, that we, it's normal and natural for us to gravitate to what we normally do. Even if we don't want it or like it or whatever, it's just you know, we gravitate to what is familiar. So for us to actually break through patterns and shift things, we have to feel into the uncomfortableness and the uncertainty and embrace that so that we can create something that's new.
Which could also be what's comfortable as determined by others or like society, right?
Oh,
so this power
absolutely.
struggle with self could be because you're battling what you innately want to do because of this external structure.
Absolutely. And that's Capricorn too, is the external structure, right? Yes. For me, it's in the 6th house. Yeah, this is all about new habits, new work habits, new health habits. I did, for anyone who's interested, my health coach is doing a 3-month coaching program, and it's an incredible deal where you can get 2 people for the price of, well, 2 people for $500. So each person would be $250, but you get meal plans for 90 days. You get activities as far as, you know, exercise routines for 90 days. There's a weekly coaching call and ongoing support. And she's been phenomenal. Even though I was a fitness instructor for 13 years, she completely changed the way that I looked at food and my relationship with it. And within the first week of eating differently, I already started to notice a difference. I'm never hungry. Then that was a big thing because before I'd starve myself and only eat certain things, but that was not healthy either. So definitely check out her program. There's a link in the email that was sent out, but check that out if you're interested in joining her 3-month program. Capricorn in the 6th house too, but enters the 7th at 24 degrees, 59 minutes. Yeah, you're literally on the cusp. I would honestly, because it is on the cusp, I would tune into what feels right for you. So if it is the 6th house about setting healthy, you know, creating healthy habits, or maybe changing things up with your work routine, then focus on that. But if you are feeling more pulled and drawn towards, you know, relationships and enhancing those elements of your life, it really, when it's on the cusp like that, it really has to be aligned with what feels most important to you in the moment. We go over the 5th house. Nope, the 5th house relates to, you know, in Capricorn, this is about having fun with work, right? But there could be some restructuring that's taking place with what fun and work looks like. So just be aware of that and, you know, tune into making work fun, right? Like blurring those lines between work and play and being heart-centered with what you love as far as work, because we spend far too much time on work to actually have it be boring and drudgery. It needs to be fun and passionate. I'm gonna see everybody now. Oh, look at everybody. There you all are. Any final questions or comments before we wrap up tonight? Kristen, I see your hand.
I wanted to talk about the holy days, the manifesting, and
Yes.
relating them at this point, because I figured they came into play like this month, you know, January, new moon Capricorn, that would be our manifesting for Capricorn, except that the month's almost over.
Yeah, because we're working more with the astrology new year, which would be in Aries. So when I actually did the holy days, I did it for the first time, I did it for 15 months. So that,
oh no, that's not what I mean. I mean, so let's pretend it's new moon in Aries, but that's going to hit middle of April.
In April, yeah.
Right? And Aries, that astrological month focus was April.
So you need to have one that's for January of 2021.
No, I do.
Okay.
So I have the one for January 2021.
And that's what you should be focused on.
But so you focus on it before the new moon actually hits, basically.
Yeah, when
right?
we're doing these calls, or, you know, shortly before, around the time that you're setting your actual intentions, right? Like, it would be great to set all your intentions, but I wait until the moment around the new moon, because I feel certain things at that time that I don't feel even a week before. So as you're reading about the new moon, as you're taking this class, and then tuning into, okay, these are the cards that I pulled for that new moon, these are the, you know, oils that I want to use, then you can set your intentions that, you know, support those, or see how your cards are supporting what intentions you're setting.
Okay.
Does that help?
So it kicks off really with the new moon, regardless of that being at whatever point in the month.
The new moon, yes.
Okay.
Casey, did you have a question? I saw you come on.
Yeah, and it's Jane. Yeah, I'm split. I'm in the 5th and 6th house.
It's most likely going to be, because it's at the latter degrees of Capricorn, it'll probably be in your 6th house.
Okay. And that's about details, right?
All the minute details, perfectionism, healthy habits, shifting up your routines. Yeah, all those good things, your health and well-being.
Helping my foot.
Hop on your foot. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
I have a question, Jana,
Yeah, Brenda.
about the holy days. I getting back to what Kristen said, when I came about to this time, I thought it was pertaining to, because the astrological New Year started in more like March, April.
April this year, yeah.
All right. So when we got to the Capricorn, I thought it was for 2022.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right.
So then, and I don't think I made this clear when I did the instructions, but I would actually do 3 more months.
Okay.
Born of January 2021, Aquarius of 2021, and Pisces of 2021.
Okay.
And then when you do it next year, you'll already have those 3, and then you'll start with,
Okay.
just do 12 next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
I
confusing.
enjoyed doing that. It was cool.
Kathy, did you have a question? No? Okay. I saw you put your camera on, so I wasn't sure. All right, anyone else? Sharon, you saw—
Just running a little late today.
You what?
So just running a little late today is all.
Oh, I hear you. Sharon, you saw that was your chart, right? You're like,
I saw.
that looks familiar.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday, my dear.
Thank you.
Oh, that's right. Happy birthday, Sharon.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have a lot of Cappies on here. A lot of Capricorns, Capricorn rising. Any final questions before we wrap up?
I don't know if it's a question, or now that we've been talking about the holy days, it's got me thinking this, you know, in setting your new moon intentions in general, is another time you could tune in, pull an oracle card, just like we did for the manifesting. You could do it again, like on the new moon day, or like now with this call too.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's with the holy days, that's what that basically is when we have the new moon, those cards were pre-drawn for the entire year. So you could pull another card when it actually is the time and see, you know, what, if there's similar messages or themes, or maybe it's enhancing what you've already drawn, right? Because I like being in the energy of the moment, as well as having that futuristic perspective. Fabulous. All right, well, we will wrap up for today. Thank you all for joining us, and I'm excited for this new year and helping you manifest more. I will be sending out more information about the circle that we'll be doing. That'll be the third Wednesday of each month. This month is going to be on a Thursday just because we have inauguration on the 20th. And I just wanted to give people the opportunity, if they wanted to watch that, to be present with that. But we will start on that Thursday, and then from here on out, it'll be the third Wednesday of each month. So I would love to have you in that, because it's going to be an amazing way of not only us holding that energy, but we'll be able to shift our personal, issues that we're holding on to so that we truly do manifest more. So I look forward to having you in that upcoming program and other things that will be coming up in the near future. I haven't got dates on everything, but I will let everybody know as other programs arise. So happy New Moon. It takes place in just under 3 hours. So set your intentions, or if you feel inspired, wait until tomorrow morning. But take some time and just honor yourself with this new moon and review what you've mastered, as well as what you want to continue to master, so that you create the amazing life that you deserve and desire. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Jenna.